There we go. Shout out to my boy Joe for letting me know I was muted for 2 straight minutes. My boy, appreciate you. Now I gotta redo the whole intro. Goodness. Welcome to Full Time Out. Welcome to Full Time Out, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in today. We got a ton to get into. We got some basketball to talk. We got just a little bit of NFL news to talk. It's not really NFL news. It's about Cam, and I really want to dive into the Cam situation because the Cam situation is real, and there's some things I want to touch on with that. If we have time at the end, I definitely want to talk about AJ Brown because he had some comments towards the Philadelphia media that I want to get into for sure. Like I definitely want to get to that. All he did was echo what I've been saying about Philly media, and I definitely want to touch on that. But again, we got some basketball to get into, man, because we are inching towards the playoffs. We got some teams trying to get into the playoff push, some teams trying to get into the play-in, some teams trying to avoid the play-in. We got some teams that are, looking to make that push. So we got to get into that. For the people listening over the radio, y'all know where to find me. A as in apple, J as in juice, A as in alphabet, E as in eat, the number 2, the letter K as in kite. If you're watching on YouTube, y'all already know what it is. Full Time Out or Time Out. Y'all like, subscribe, share. Y'all know the whole shebang. Y'all know how it is. Y'all know what we doing. Y'all know what's good. Without further ado, I already wasted 2 minutes of your time. Let's get right into the show, man. First thing I want to talk about. I got him up in the background. Y'all already know I got to take it to the Los Angeles Lakers, man. I got to take it to the Los Angeles Lakers, man, and talk about their chances of making the playoffs and making the run. Look, man, I've been frustrated watching the Lakers. I've been very, very frustrated watching the LA Lakers play basketball so far this season. I'm looking at it right now. Like, there's no reason why the Lakers should be in, the 9th spot in the West right now. There's no reason. You brought back a lot of the pieces that you had last year. You made it to the Western Conference Finals last year. You would think that lessons were learned last year. I'm thinking coming into this new season, given the way we ended last season, we had so much momentum the way we ended last season that I'm thinking we finna come into this season and really start strong and end strong. Like we about to get right back to where we were. Or, even further, potentially we had one of the best off seasons of any team in the NBA. I was about to say NFL. In the NBA, we had a great off season, and it just looked the same, man. And I think my biggest takeaway, we can get into, of course, we can get into personnel. We can get into coaching, which I will in a second. We can get into star players, which I will in a second. But the thing that stands out most to me is the effort level. And I think that's what irks me and makes me the most frustrated. Like it drives me crazy. I'm watching the Phoenix Suns game recently, the one I just had in my background. And it's like the effort, the Lakers walk into these games, it feels like as if teams are supposed to just lay down for us. Like teams are supposed to just lay down because they the Lakers. They the Lakers, so teams are just going to lay down and allow the Lakers to come in and dominate. And that's not the case. If anything, because you're the Lakers, teams is looking to take you out. Because you have LeBron James, teams are looking to take you out. Because you have AD, teams are looking to take you out. Because you was just in the Western Conference Finals, teams are looking to throw their best shot at you. And not only that, again, you playing the Phoenix Suns team that is not trying to be in the play-in, just like y'all not trying to be in the play-in. They was kind of on a downward spiral as well, struggling to finish games in the fourth quarter, similar to the Lakers. And so you playing a team right now that's hungry to, make a playoff push, hungry to get their momentum, hungry to get their chemistry because they believe they are a championship caliber team when healthy. Right now, they're just trying to keep the thing afloat till Bradley Beal is available to come hoop again. And the Lakers walk into this game lackadaisical. I mean, getting dominated on the offensive rebounds, just getting dominated. I mean, Nurkic finished with 22 boards. I don't know how. Look. I don't know how many of them was offensive rebounds, but it feel like it was like 19 of them was offensive rebounds. It's like, AD got 14 boards. So can somebody else jump in and try to get some rebounds here? Can somebody else get down there and bang and try to get a board? Because that's what's keeping them in the game. Not only keeping them in the game, but helping them extend on the lead that they continuously extended on the entire game. You come out in the first quarter flat, not getting rebounds, not hitting perimeter shots. And before you know it, you down like 20 points. And this has been a constant theme throughout the season of these guys getting down in the first quarter of basketball games and then trying to climb their way back. It reminds me of in the playoffs last season, where the Lakers would come out in game one and they would go crazy. They'd ball out. And then the next game, they just take the day off. We're going to take the day off. Take the game off. Take the day off. We straight. And then come out game three. Oh, we at home. We going to ball. They might come out in game four, do the same thing. We going to ball. Then, in game five, oh, we going to take the game off. We're going to take the day. Like, bro, we are not in position to be doing stuff like that. And it feels like that's what we're doing again this season. Just trying to just hang on. Just trying to just make it in the play-in tournament. Just trying to just get by. And it's at the point now. Let's look at these standings. It's at the point now where I'm not sure. Now, I'm going to talk about the Warriors in a second too, but I'm not sure that the Lakers are going to make the playoffs. I just got to be honest. I just got to be real about it. I'm not 100% confident that we're looking at a playoff basketball team right now. When you consider if the season ended right now, you playing the Warriors in the play-in tournament. Like I said, I'm going to get on them in a second, but you could easily lose to Golden State. And then if you win that game, you got to play someone, whether it be the 7th or 8th seed, the Pelicans or the Mavs for that final spot. And this is also a terrible spot to be in because, listen, I don't know how much respect people have for the Timberwolves outside of Minnesota, but I'm going to tell y'all something. These Wolves ain't no joke. They are not no joke. Now, we're going to see how they play in the playoffs, but as of right now, that's not a team, if you're the Lakers, that you want to see in the first round. You don't want to see OKC either, but that's not a team you want to see in the first round of the postseason. So I'm just frustrated, bro. I'm frustrated with the output. I'm frustrated with the effort. This is going to come across as very disrespectful, but I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. People going to take it for what it is. Nobody has been on this train, maybe outside of Shannon Sharp. Nobody has been on this train of LeBron James is the GOAT more than me. Especially recently since he came to LA. Bron is the GOAT. Bron is the greatest player I've ever seen, playing the NBA. Like I've been with it. I'm with it. Got us a championship in 2020. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you helping to hang a banner in the stadium. Should be still Staples, but a conversation for another day. I appreciate the banner. I even appreciate the in-season tournament banner. I take it. Any banner, we will take it. I know a lot of Lakers fans ain't trying to hear that. We hang championship banners. This is what Kobe said. Damn it, that's a banner. I don't care. It's a championship banner. It is a championship that you won. It's just not the championship. But conversation for another day. I say all that to say I'm very appreciative of everything that LeBron has done for the Los Angeles Lakers. But I'm at that point with LeBron where I'm just ready to move on, bro. I want some fresh blood in LA. I want a fresh, young star outside of Anthony Davis, who's not really that young anymore in LA. Because I feel like LeBron is at that point where, he missed the Warriors game due to, I think, a nagging ankle injury. He played in the All-Star game a couple minutes, but he played in the All-Star game, missed the Warriors game, which was one of the biggest games of the season, if we being honest, when it comes to jostling for position in the Western Conference. So you missed that game. And then it's like going forward, the stat line looks good, but when you watch him play, it's like Bron be coasting and it be killing me. It be killing me. I know he 39, 38, 45, 57, 72. I know he old, bro. But that's the whole point. Like, if you're not at the point where you could go 100 or close to 100 every night, then the Lakers are not in a position to have a star, especially when AD is hit or miss. There's some nights going the next. We are not in position to have another star on a team that has, I won't say the same mindset, but plays the same way. It's almost like, and again, I don't want to be disrespectful, but hear me out. It's almost like at times, I feel like, Carl, I'll get to you in a second. At times, I feel like it feels like he doesn't have, and again, this is from a fan's perspective, because I know y'all going to kill me in the comments, and when y'all hear this over the radio, they're going to be like, bro, what? Who are you? All I'm saying is, from a fan's perspective, watching, sometimes it feels like LeBron has lost his feel for the game, meaning like what moments he should be aggressive and what moments he shouldn't, which moments I should attack and which moments I shouldn't. Because even last year in the playoffs, we had several moments where it's like, Bron, now is the time to really take over, take some smart shots, get to the basket, shoot shots, XYZ. And he just doesn't. And in the Suns game in the first quarter, it's like you have to have a feel for okay, now is the time for me to step up, take a shot, and stop the bleeding. It's basketball is about moments. When teams going on runs and making noise, you gotta step up and stop the bleeding. These role players, some of them, Reeves might do it here and there, Rui might do it here and there, but it's really at times when the other team has momentum, it's on the stars, Anthony Davis and LeBron James, to take the bull by the horns and say, okay, all right, it's time to go get a bucket. Let's settle this, even if it's just one bucket, or get to the free throw line. It's time to just settle it down. It's time to settle it down and get back on track. And he just seemed to not do that. He's still passive, still giving the ball up. And, you know, again, like Joe saying in the comments, 82-game season coaching for the playoffs, which I understand. But like you said here in the next comment, we can't afford to do that. We're in the 9th seed in the West. We can't afford that. We can't afford to be coasting. And like the 9th seed, the 9th and 10th seeds are the worst possible seeds you could be in a play-in, because you only get one shot. You lose one game, you're done. Opposed to, you know, in previous years, the last 2 years, we've been, I think, the 7th and the 8th seed. I think last year we was the 7th seed. I can't quite remember offhand, like going into the play-in tournament. But you got 2 chances. It's like, okay, if we lose this first game, at least we have a chance the second time around to make the playoffs. Where you sitting right now, you got one shot, bro, and it's against Steph. And that's his one shot because he in the 10th seed. So it's like that's not a position you want to be in. And to be honest with you, I don't think the Lakers are built to flip a switch. You might be built to flip a switch, but I don't think the rest of the team is built to flip a switch and be ready when it's time to be ready. So that's where my frustration comes in. Carl, you a funny dude. This guy, Carl, for the people listening over the radio, y'all heard his voice multiple times talking football. We're going to have him come on here and talk some college ball too, getting ready for the NFL draft and March Madness. I might have to holler at you about that too, Carl. We'll see. But this man over here trying to troll me, talking about the Lakers is the 9th seed. This man is a Pistons. Yes, I said it, y'all. This man is a Pistons fan. Get out here, Carl. Get out here with that nonsense, man. But no, I appreciate you tuning in. Cortez, I appreciate you tuning in, bro, my guy. But yeah, man, like I said, J-Mo, appreciate you as well. Like I said, man, it's frustrating. It's frustrating. Or I don't know if that's J-Mo or Vaughn. My bad. Whichever one it is. I don't know which one that is, but whichever one it is, y'all, I appreciate y'all. But yeah. Like I was saying, it's frustrating, bro. It's like, bro, you got to know when to stop the bleeding and make things happen. You know what I mean? You got to stop the bleeding and make things happen. And so I just feel like, you know, the last few seasons, it's been the same old saying with the Lakers. We've been in the play-in tournament. Vaughn, that's what it is. Shout out to you, Vaughn. We've been in the play-in tournament and we've been jostling for position in the play-in tournament. And then we get in the playoffs and it's like, all right, the Lakers in. We healthy. Let's see what we can do. But I hate that position because you're going up against the best of the best in the conference. And that's frustrating to do, bro. Every single playoffs, you want to at least have home court one of these years. You want to at least, you know, start off with that type of advantage one of these, you know what I'm saying, one of these years instead of always having to go on the road and make stuff happen. It makes no sense. And again, you have the team this year. We want to trade everybody at the trade deadline and make all of these moves. Bro, you got a team that can compete if everybody playing their game, starting with the stars, starting with LeBron, starting with Anthony Davis. You know, you still got Reeves. He can be hit or miss sometimes, but when he's on, he's on. You still got Rui. D'Lo been playing some great ball this year. I was one that said we should trade him. But D'Lo been playing great basketball this season. You got D'Lo. I don't always agree with Darvin Ham's rotations. I don't always agree with his defensive changes. Like the other night against the Suns, you came out in the fourth quarter in the 2-3 zone and all of these shooters on the floor. Why are you zoning up with all these shooters on the bruh? You got you got KD, you got Book, you got Grayson Allen. These dudes just lighting it up from outside. And then again, if you're gonna play zone, the whole point of a zone is to play it against cats that aren't really good shooters. You can get some rebounds, go on some fast breaks, make some things happen that way, right? But you can't play a solid zone without good hustle, without solid team defense, without guys getting to their areas on the floor. Because how are you trying to beat the zone? Get the ball, you swinging the ball around, trying to find an open shooter. Maybe you dump it down. Maybe they got a backdoor cut coming. Maybe you got a corner cut coming. But that's all about team defense. This is my assignment. This is your assignment. You got to hurry up and get to those spots. And these boys don't hustle enough. It's not enough hustle. It's not enough pep in the step for you to play solid zone defense. You might as well stay in man to man. Then to come out in the 2-3 or 3-2, whatever, 1-3-1, whatever you're trying to run, you better off just playing man-to-man defense and hoping that they miss some shots that way, opposed to giving them these wide open looks, not getting back in transition. It's frustrating, y'all. It's frustrating. And again, in this Western Conference, you can't play these type of games. You just can't play these type of games. You just can't. Von, I agree, which is why I think this offseason, Kendrick Perkins did bring up trading for a superstar. You know, I think the talks is Trae Young, Donovan Mitchell. Personally, I love Trae Young. I hope we can make a trade for Trae Young. I think if we're gonna hold on to LeBron for as long as he want to play, my whole thing with that is, listen, bro. At the end of the day, bro, we need another star alongside LeBron, especially now. At that point, he'll be 40. We need another star that's going to come with it every single night and allow LeBron to coast when it matters. Because this coasting through the regular season stuff, no, it don't work. It's not working no more. It'd be one thing if AD going out here killing every night. For this team, it simply do not work. It simply do not work. So the Western Conference is ridiculous right now, bro. Yeah, D'Lo been hooping. D'Lo been that guy for us, bro, that he been low-key the one kind of stopping the bleeding, low-key. He been the guy coming down, hitting perimeter shots in transition, catching the ball within the flow of the offense. The other night he caught a ball right here and just shot it. Real shooters know that's the mark of a true shooter right there. You catch it already ready to shoot, like up in the shooting motion and just flick the wrist and then go in. That's ridiculous. But yeah, like D'Lo been the one, and it's like when D'Lo off, because he not always hitting, you looking at LeBron or AD, and AD start the game slow, and oh my goodness, I'm ready to just start a new regime, bro. Get Trae Young, get Donovan Mitchell, and just go from there. Just go from there, bro. Like I'm just not the biggest fan. I'm not the biggest fan at all of what we got going on. And like I said, man, looking at these standings, like I'm just not confident right now that we'll make the playoffs, bro. Like I'm really not confident. I'm not. And then again, making the playoffs and making a run, that's what they was talking about on First Take today. I like the Wolves this year, bro. Who we see in the first round. We got a lot of experience, but they got young players and young Bulls ready to hoop, bro. So yeah, man, I don't know about LA at all right now. Von, you said how I feel about the coaching. To be honest with you, bro, sometimes I'll be looking at us and I'll be thinking some of it is Darvin Ham, but I'll also be thinking a lot of it be Bron too, bro. You know, Bron is that coach on the floor. He that guy that's going to wave off the coach. Look, this is what we want to do. So, like, I put a lot of what's going on Darvin Ham. His rotations ain't the best, I feel like, at times. But, you know, and I don't like his defensive, again, coming out in a 2-3 zone against shooters was not smart against, you know, with a team that don't hustle to the ball. Like, that wasn't, and he smoked the whole fourth doing that. But again, some of that, like, is that Darvin Ham or is that Bron being like, hey, let's run a 2-3? Like, I'll be wondering how much it really be. Is it hand to hand? Is it 50-50, or is it Bron got like 60 to 70% of the say and Darvin Ham just come in and throw his input in? And, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know if I could fairly. I felt like I had a better gauge of it last year in the playoffs when he just kept D'Lo out there when he should have been out there than right now. I put more of this on, honestly, on our stars, bro. Maybe earlier in the season, the role players weren't playing like how they were supposed to play, but now I can't even really put it on coaching like that. It's not the best, but I can't really put it on. I can't really put it on him like that. That shit was crazy for the Lakers postseason. I don't know what can be done with you. I mean, no, Tez, to answer your question, like, do I think they could do what they did last season? No, not right now. And that's me being an objective Lakers fan. No, I don't think they could do it again. Not with the way that it's lining up. Like, I don't like. Was it? Let me just make sure I'm right. Was it? Yeah, I don't like the matchup with potentially OKC if they manage to get up to the 7 seeds somehow. I don't like the matchup with OKC, and I do not, bro. Them Timberwolves, bro. I'm telling y'all, bro. I don't like that matchup with the Wolves either, bro. I just don't like it. Not with the way these boys is playing. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. But let me move on from these Lakers, dog. They done made me mad enough. I want to talk quickly too about these Golden State Warriors. Because we heard Draymond Green come out and say the Warriors are contenders. They're absolutely contenders for a championship. And I'm like, bruh, come on, man. Come on, man. Ain't no way you really feel like y'all are true contenders for a ring. I mean, the competitive spirit, I understand. You know, you never gonna come out and just be like, yeah, we got no shot. I understand that. But realistically speaking, like, no shot. No shot, bro. I don't see y'all, you know, if they make the playoffs, I definitely don't see them making a run this season. When I look at the Warriors, y'all, I just look at a team that if it's not Steph, it's a wrap. If Steph don't give you 30 to 40 for the most part, especially in the playoffs, if Steph not going crazy, the Warriors are a dud. Now, the year that they won the championship, I felt a similar way recently when they beat the Celtics in the finals. I felt a similar way, but you had contributions from a lot of other places. You had Jordan Poole playing really good basketball. You had Andrew Wiggins defending at a high level, hitting perimeter shots, playing great offensively. I mean, one could make the argument he could have been finals MVP. I'm not going to make that argument, but like he kind of had that Andre Iguodala effect where he was really dominant defensively, hitting shots from the outside, starting fast breaks, like he was doing his thing. So he had help. And then Clay wasn't quite Clay, but every now and then Clay would have a couple games. Draymond didn't have the greatest finals, but I thought he was decent throughout the playoffs. I also thought that their matchups were pretty favorable as well. You saw Memphis in the first round, a young up-and-coming team that just wasn't ready yet. You saw the Nuggets without Jamal Murray. And I believe that final round they saw the Mavs, I believe, in the Western Conference Finals. And I was shocked the Mavs got that far that year, to be real. Because at the time, I just didn't believe in Brunson. I didn't think Brunson is what he is today at that time. He wasn't that at that time. But I say all that to say, I've been talking about the standings in the West. I don't see them beating any of the top teams in the West either. I think maybe their best shot will be against OKC, seeing as though OKC literally don't have no playoff experience amongst the stars. But Anthony Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert, them guys been to the playoffs recently. Them guys got experience. And them guys do not like Golden State. Like, I'm not going to say it's personal because I don't think it's personal, but like from a competitive standpoint, they don't like Golden State. It's always some trash talk being had. Draymond, last time he seen them boys, he was trying to choke Rudy Gobert out. Like that, it's just some tension there amongst the teams. And I feel like the Wolves will have the upper hand. So when I look at this team again, they could beat right now, they could beat the Lakers. They could beat the Lakers. After that, could they beat the Mavs and the Pelicans? Maybe. You catch the Mavs on an off night. Maybe you could beat the Mavs. Maybe you could I think you could beat the Pelicans. But outside of that, I don't like, to be honest, DeMar, look at this conference. I don't know if I like any of I don't know if they beat Phoenix. Sacramento, maybe, because they kind of got Sacramento number, it seems like, even though Sacramento just beat them. But Sacramento, I'm not sure about that matchup. Definitely not the Clippers, definitely not the Nuggets, and I already talked about the Thunder and the Timberwolves. And that's why Draymond and the crew was out there trying to get LeBron. He talking about, yeah, if it was about giving up Kuminga, I wouldn't do it. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. You ain't got a lot to kick it. You ain't got a lot to kick it. Same thing with Brown. I ain't even know about that. Come on, bro. You ain't got a lot to kick it. I understand, but stop it, bro. We know that y'all knew. Y'all was plotting. Maybe the Warriors more so than LeBron, but y'all was plotting. But and then our dream scenario will be able to get a Giannis Antetokounmpo. Well, like they know they ain't got enough. They know they ain't got enough. If you relying on Clay and Kuminga to help carry the load next to Steph Curry, you in for a rude awakening. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now, Kuminga is a good young player. I think he's on the come up. I think he can attack the basket. He can hit shots from the perimeter. You know what I mean? He jumps some passing lanes. I like his length and I like his size on the floor. But at the same time, like, I'm not sure about Kuminga come playoff time just yet. I have to see it to believe it. He's on that you got to prove it to me type thing. And with so much on the line, I'm just not sure. And then Clay, literally your three top scorers are Steph, Clay, and Kuminga, which is why I'm focusing on them. Clay giving you 17 a game. Clay coming off the bench, and there's a reason why he got moved to the bench. Clay I've been saying it for the longest. No disrespect to Clay, but that man is, I just think he cooked, bro. And I've been saying this for a few years now. I just think Clay is done, bro. And it's not a bad thing. Everybody reaches this point in their career, but I just think Clay is done. He's gonna have his moments where he explode. I think the other night he went for 35 or something like that, coming off the bench. What was it? I got it right here. Yeah, the other night against Utah, he went for 35, and then he went for 23 in like the first half against Denver, didn't make no more shots after that. Like he's gonna have moments because shooters get hot, shooters shoot, they get hot, but for the most part, like Clay is not Clay no more. And so when I look at this Warriors team, it's like where the offense really gonna come from when it matters. I don't trust Kuminga, and I can't rely on Clay. It's gonna have to be Steph. Now, Chris Paul's coming back. We're gonna see how they look with Chris Paul. Obviously, Chris Paul changes things like he did earlier in the season, but I don't think Chris Paul is a piece that's gonna carry you over the hump either. On top of that, I don't know if Chris Paul gonna be healthy when it matters. On top of that, I don't know if Chris Paul gonna play well when it matters. Like there's a lot of different factors involved in that too. Maybe he plays better when it matters with those guys, but in previous history, he been kind of hit or miss too. He been kind of turnover prone too. He been the type to get it to a certain point and run out of gas. So I don't trust this Warrior team, and I think deep down inside they don't trust it. And so I can't see them making no real moves and not in this Western Conference. I know they're young and all that. They're young. A lot of teams in the West is young, or at least the top two teams in the West is young. But for the most part, I don't like it. So get to these comments. Yeah, Kuminga. Like I said, Kuminga been hooping. I just don't know about postseason Kuminga yet. He got to show me. He got to show me. But he do be hooping though. And if he can give him that spark, if he could be that Andrew Wiggins just with a bit of a spike offensively for them this year, then they got it. I don't know. I still don't think they. I don't even know, bro. I still don't think they would. Not against these teams in the West. Not against these teams in the West. I just can't see it. I just can't see it. Bron definitely, the boy be capping, and the boy be capping. Yeah, that's my dog though. I still want to move past him, but that's my dog. Bruh, this is probably about Clay in the second. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's like he getting older. They moved him to the bench, and I do like them on the bench. And Joe, thank you for this too, because I forgot to bring up this point. The small ball lineups for them really worked in their heyday because they got these shooters, bro. They get out in transition. They just shoot you out the gym. You miss a shot, they get the long rebounds, and they out. Steph shooting, Clay shooting, whoever. Everybody shooting the ball. When they had KD shooting. KD was playing the center. He coming down, getting rebounds, shooting, fast breaks, all that. But when the shot not falling, the small ball lineup does not work. You're going to get out-rebounded. You're going to get punked in the paint. And then when you attack the basket, you're getting swatted. So that's another issue that they have too. They are really small. Nobody in this lineup averages, what was it, even 7 rebounds out there. I just had the numbers up just now before I started. Nobody on this team even averages 7 rebounds. The closest to it is Draymond. He has 6.8. If you want to round up to 7, be my guest. But like they have a lot of different issues. They have a lot of different issues. I understand they had some momentum going, going into the All-Star break. They was playing really well. They gonna make that. They ain't gonna make a push. They have championship pedigree on that roster. They have a championship head coach, so they gonna push. But in this West, I just think they need more. They need a lot more. Some are everywhere. Draymond definitely was. He can hit perimeter shots. He can, get the rebounds. But Draymond came out and said what he said about them being a contender. And then literally, the next game, Jokic came out there. What was it? 35, 16, and 16 or something like that? 32, 16, and 16. He like, bro, all I could do was laugh. He killed me. Like, bro, y'all see them again. It's going to be more of that, bro. This ain't young Jokic no more. And he got Jamal Murray now. So you can't just beat up. Like, it's cut. I think the Warriors are done. I think the only way they stay in the mix going forward is if they make some type of move in the offseason and bring in a superstar, or at least bring in a player that can play that Wiggins. And another thing too that I stand on. Now, this looks bad now because of how he's playing in Washington. He just got moved to the bench. He's been playing well coming off the bench from what I just seen. Played decent. Shout out to Vaughn and his show. because I just saw that. See, he playing well, come off the bench. But Jordan Poole, bro, I always felt like moving him was a bad idea. Now, I understand everything that happened with Draymond Green. It might not have been the best locker room fit at that time. But, like, I really thought he could have been your Clay 2.0. I really thought in that offense with Steph and, you know, Clay somewhere around in their wings, I really thought he still had a place with that team. And they miss him today. Now, again, he's not the same player, but I think they both needed each other. I think he needed the Warriors just as much as the Warriors needed him. Because, like, they are missing that punch coming off the bench. And now they're hoping it's going to be Clay and he going to be hit or miss. I'm telling y'all. Y'all know that Clay going to be hit or miss. So that's another issue. And I said it right when the trade went down. I don't like the trade. Y'all putting too much on Steph, Dre, and Clay, and they are not. This ain't 2016, 2014 no more. These boys is about done, except for Steph. And Steph almost on his way out the door too. He ain't playing like it, but he, you know, he getting there. He getting there. So, Carl, he did look bad last year, but that's 1 year. I'm not gonna knock a young player in that offense for having a bad postseason and a bad regular season. He was off, you know. He was off. You know what I'm saying? And I do think, like you said, a lot of it was due to the Draymond Green situation. But I give him another year. Give him another year. You know what I mean? To get his feet back under him, get his rhythm back, and give him another shot. I just think that it wasn't smart. That's me. And I think I think both sides of the coin is paying for it right now. I think they're paying for it right now. And like I said, it look bad right now, but I think they both needed each other. That's just me. I think they both needed each other. I want to shift away from the NBA real quick because I do want to quickly talk about this Cam Newton situation, bro. Let me get this banner off the screen real quick. This Cam Newton situation really got me hot, bro. I don't like the disrespect that's been thrown at Cam Newton lately, bro. I really don't. And I feel like it's been from everywhere. Like, you got the 7-on-7 thing. We seen a video, like, I want to say this was last year, go viral with like some kid that was just talking trash, saying he ain't got no rings and all this other stuff. So I don't know how old this kid was talking to Cam, but saying he ain't got this, he ain't got that. You ain't win nothing. All you guys are MVP. You ain't dive on the ball in the Super Bowl. Like, kid, I was in the Super Bowl though. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like, bro, like you at my camp trying to get there. You at my camp hoping to get to the league, hoping to have a career that I just had. But okay, whatever. It's all, you know, kicks and giggles. He came out and he made the statement about, you know, game managers and game changers. And everybody has something to say about that. Understandable. You know what I mean? People felt like it was a hot take. And, you know, what he said was off because he brought up Purdy and he brought up Dak. And those guys are having really good seasons. We understand it. We get it. But, you know, we had some analysts come out and look, I mean, you know, what's the name had a better career than you. Dak had a better career than you. Look at Purdy's numbers compared to Cam Newton numbers and all this other stuff. And it's like, bro, like, okay, what's your point? Like, you're going to shoot the messenger, but ignore the message. Like, what he said was what he said. Now, whether you agree with what he said, that's for you to debate. Debate what he said, not how he dressed and how he conducts himself and, you know, how his NFL career went, because that's got nothing to do with what he's saying. And again, both of those quarterbacks at the time was hoping to reach the heights of winning an MVP or getting to a Super Bowl. Neither one of them been MVP. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so that was the thing. And now this situation, if y'all ain't seen the video, go on Twitter, type in Cam Newton. It's everywhere. I decided not to put it on my show today because I ain't really feel the need to put that on the show. Bruh, Cam Newton is a very successful football player, not only in NFL, but he is arguably, debatably, the greatest college football quarterback we ever seen, bro. Debatably. Like, it's a conversation to be had. A lot of people gonna agree with that. Some gonna disagree. A lot of people gonna agree Cam is the greatest college football quarterback we ever seen. So this man has the accomplishments. He has the accolades. Only thing he for real missing is a Super Bowl, right? And he hosting a 7-on-7 in his hometown in Atlanta. And I don't know the situation. I don't know how he I don't know how it broke out. I know Cam, Cam do be talking crazy. I'm sure he does. 7-on-7 is supposed to be competitive. It's supposed to be some trash talk. But you got kids coming out throwing hands at Cam. And It frustrates me because he's trying to help y'all. How many athletes is not doing what Cam is doing? You got Shannon Sharp and Stephen A on national TV like he shouldn't even do it no more. Who does that hurt? I guarantee you it don't hurt Cam Newton. I guarantee you it don't hurt Cam Newton if he don't do it no more. If anything, it's going to hurt him from a mental standpoint because it's like, dang, I really enjoy doing this for the kids. But he wasn't doing it for Cam. He doing this for the kids. He giving the kids a platform. Hey, I'm giving everybody a platform. Come out here, play 7-on-7. Work on your skill set. See how your skill set matches up with someone else's skill set, XYZ. You know what I mean? Here's some pointers on how you can improve your game. I'm going to come out here and throw the football with you. CJ Stroud shared a story on the show on, I think it's 4th and 1. I think that's the name of the show, where he talked about how much it meant for a young CJ Stroud, who we all love now. A young CJ Stroud was throwing the football back and forth for Cam Newton, and it did a lot for his confidence. It did a lot for his confidence because Cam gave him the head nod, like, yeah, you might be the next one, without even really saying it. Just kind of, y'all know what it is. Black folk know what I'm talking about. The head nod, right? You know what I mean? Hey, you might be one of the ones, And he's trying to do that for some other people. He's trying to do that for some other kids. And you see where CJ Stroud is nowadays. Now, that might not all be because of Cam, obviously, but CJ talked about the impact that had. All he's trying to do is pass it along. And the deeper issue is this. And this ain't even, I'm about to dive into something that ain't sports related because I'm itching to say it, bro. I'm itching to say it after what I just seen, bro. Like, we got to do a better job. Now, I'm not a parent yet, and I will be one day. But we got to do a better job of teaching these young kids to respect their OGs, bro. Like, I don't care about the era of social media and the era of TikTok and all the ways times is changing. One thing that should never change is your respect for the ones that came before you. Your respect for the OGs, bro. The ones, especially the ones that's trying to help you. I see if they talking trash. Like, Asante saying you came out, said some stuff about Sauce Gardner, clap back. I ain't got no respect for you, bro. You always got my name in your mouth. Okay, that's a little different. But one that's trying to help you, bro, trying to help you out, man, y'all out there throwing punches at the man, bro, it makes no sense. And it starts with the parents, bro. Teach your kids to respect the ones that came before them. You are going to you want to go to the NFL? You are going to this camp. My comments is going crazy. I need to check on it. You are going to this camp, right, to improve on your game. You are going to this camp, right, to learn from one of the greatest to have ever played the game of football, bro. Ever. Now, he might not be Hall of Fame, but again, college and what he did in the pros, I mean, bro, it ain't too many that did that, right? So you are going to learn from the greatest. You go in there and you show some respect. Respect your elders. You know what I mean? If my kid went out there and did something like that and I seen a video surface like that, I promise you, you may never play football on my watch again. I'm never paying for another camp again. And that's the type of discipline it takes. Because ain't no way your kid should be out there throwing punches at Cam. Come on, bro. Another aspect of it is where the hell is the security, bro? Why it take y'all so long? Why it take y'all so long, bro? Why it take y'all so long to come and break that up? Come on, bro. This man fighting for his life. Not really, because he was swinging him around like it was nothing. But the man got 3-4 people on him and security coming in at the last minute after the man then got hit at least 2-3 times in the grill. Come on, bro. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? You know what I mean? Like, it's super frustrating. It's irritating to see. You don't see a lot of this breakout at white football camps. It's got to be said. Sorry. I'll be the one to say it. You don't see a lot of this breakout at football camps with, other legends. I ain't gonna mention no names, but other legends that have played the game. You don't see that, but it's happening with Cam, and I don't get it. I don't respect it, and it starts with the parents, bro. Teach your children how to respect your OGs, or don't go nowhere near them. Don't go with your hand out asking for help. Like, I don't know what's up. I was at one point. I'm only 28 years old. And at one point, I used to always get mad. Y'all old heads always coming for us young people. Da, 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 da. But like now, I feel like I'm getting to that point where, am I one of those old heads now that like you kids something else? Like, bro, y'all out here speeding, doing every drug, beating up on Cam Newton. Like, what's going on, bro? Hey, Cam means something to me. You know what I'm saying? That's my childhood. Well, not childhood, but that's one of the dudes. You know what I'm saying? We grew up with. You know what I'm saying? Loving cats like Cam Newton. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's frustrating. I'm glad they got swung around like how they got swung around. Another conversation that could be had that I could dive into, but I'm not going to, is people get mad when you leave your city and you do big things, and then you come back to the city. People don't seem to take that well. I don't. That's a conversation for another day. But I mean, I never understood that either, bro. What's up with all the hate? He trying to help y'all out. He trying to big up y'all. I don't understand it. If I was Cam, we heard a lot of people talk about again, he should completely discontinue this program and never do it again. I'm just done with it. I think my stance on it is, obviously it's up to Cam. If I was Cam and it meant that much to me to help the kids, because knowing, like, I don't know Cam, but Cam seems to have the type of personality that says, I'm going to continue to do this because this is just me. This is what I do. I'm not going to let this incident or arguing with somebody stop me from doing something that I clearly love to do. But I'm going to up the security though, and I'm going to hire some dudes that know what they doing. Like, I'm a grown man, bro. I'm 6'3", 6'5", however tall he is, 240 pounds. I don't need to be fighting and wrestling with nobody out here, bro. They some kids. Bro, I don't need to be doing that. Yo, you need to have some people that is in that area doing their job and on high alert, especially after a situation like that. Because after that security, they shouldn't have their jobs, bro. The one person you're supposed to protect, you allowed to get jumped practically, or you allowed him to jump them. However you want to phrase it. You know what I mean? It makes no kind of sense, bro. It makes no kind of sense. But yes, they should be soaking up the knowledge as much as they can, Tez. You completely right. You completely right, bro. Completely right. He wasn't even trying to swing. Yeah, because and this another thing. This another thing before I switch topics, because I do want to hop on. I do want to touch on this AJ Brown topic before I end the show. This another aspect of it too. These same parents, bro, and I'm not a parent, bro, so I can't comment too much on how to raise kids because I don't know about that, right? But what I will say is I'm confident that these same parents that, I won't say allow them, but got their kids out here fighting and beating up on Cam will be them same parents that if Cam backed up and start throwing blows and knock their butt out, he have a lawsuit on his desk. First thing Monday morning. He be getting sued, right? The news wouldn't even be Cam got jumped. The news would be kids, parents suing Cam Newton because Cam Newton broke their jaws. That's what it would be. That's what it would be. So he had to show his strength. He couldn't really defend himself the way he maybe wanted to defend himself. You know what I mean? He couldn't really do what he really wanted to. You know what I mean? I just got to you know what I'm saying, throw cats off me. Ain't nothing. Maybe nothing happens to these kids, but they just won't come back to this camp. But me, if I really assert myself in this situation, I got hell to pay. I might have to go to court. I'm about to lose plenty cheese. I ain't playing ball no more. Sure, I'm bringing in tons of money, but I ain't playing NFL. You know what I'm saying? Ball no more. I ain't getting them game checks no more. So I can't be doing all that. You know what I'm saying? It's the whole situation, bro, irked me to no end. And I just hope again that Cam is smarter going forward. I hope the kids are smarter going forward. And I hope that these kids, like you said, Tez, is soaking up knowledge instead of going in there trying to fight. You know what I'm saying? Go compete. Y'all there to play ball, not to fight, especially not fight Cam. I don't care what Cam said. Like and it looked like initially to start the video, it looked like he was trying to break up an argument or something. It looked like they was on the stairs and he looked like he was trying to like settle something down. For the dude came in and threw a punch. Like, bro, y'all tripping. Never again. I won't say never again, but never again in that same situation. I got people that's gonna make sure I ain't in no altercations, or I got other people that's gonna step in and handle that for me, opposed to me jumping in and doing that myself. Never. So, yeah, man, that's my take on that, bro. Shout out to Cam though, bro, because at the end of the day, that's my dog. He ain't played for Philadelphia, but he is one of my favorite players ever to watch. I just love the mobile quarterbacks, and he was a great example of that, bro. Cam was different in college and NFL, and I got nothing but respect for Cam and everything he doing. He finding different ways to bring in money, starting his own brand, doing his own pod. Very entertaining, might I add. 4th and 1 is very entertaining. And I want him to keep doing what he's doing, bro. Real talk. I don't want him to, and I'm sure he won't let this deter from what he's doing, but I want him to keep doing what he's doing. Last topic of the day. I have time, so I am going to get to my dog AJ Brown's comments, bro. I'm just going to play this, and then we're going to have a little talk. I'm going to end the show on that, man.
Why would somebody even think that I wasn't even happy? Well, I mean, you didn't talk to the media for a little bit there, and
I mean, you wonder why. You see what the media is doing right now. This past whole month, you wonder why. I'm not talking to him. I don't want to talk to him because no matter what I say, you guys gonna make a story anyway and pinpoint it however you want to pinpoint it. See me getting upset on the sideline, and you automatically think it's about targets. No. What if I'm holding my players accountable? What if I'm the guy that pushes everybody in the locker room, make people uncomfortable to try to better themselves for the team? What if I'm that guy? You don't see it as much. You don't see it as much from Jalen because that's not his personality.
Should I? Matter of fact, let me get it right. Let me get it right before I even get into it to end the show. Let me get it right. I gotta put the birds back in the background. I gotta put the stadium back in the background. Now, for those who watched, this show did not play over the radio because I didn't want it to play over the radio. It was a lot of swearing. It was a lot of me getting my thoughts and emotions out. It was just a lot of just me just venting. And I really saved that for the real loyal fans of Full Timeout, the real loyal fans of Timeout and everything that I do, because I wanted to just get it out to them, get it off my chest and let it go without it playing for the masses, right? But on that show, I labeled everything that went wrong with the Philadelphia Eagles. And the very last bullet point was the Philadelphia media. And a lot of people was like, really? Like, you blaming the media in part for this? And I didn't give them 99% of the blame. Shout out to Joe. I didn't give them a ton of blame. Don't get me wrong. But I give them a little small percentage of blame because of how they portray this team and how they act about this team. You had a guy, this is WIP 94. I hate to say they stuff, but I got to. They on there talking all kind of crazy, talking about the potential of trading AJ Brown, talking about, because AJ Brown came out and put a tweet out talking about how Philly media is treating the players. And you got guys in the media, well, if you don't like it, just leave. And this is what comes with Philadelphia. We're trying to figure out what's wrong. Bro, we told you, bruh. What irks me about this, and I get it because I work in the media, so I understand certain questions got it. Well, not this part, not this reporting part or interviewing part. Well, reporting part, let's just say, because I've done some interviews. I understand to an extent that certain questions have to be asked. But when you sit down and do a show or a podcast, bro, and the players tell you, yeah, man, we just didn't execute. We not really putting it on the coaches as much. We didn't do what we were supposed to do. They're giving you the answer to what they feel as though they're giving you the reason why they did not have the type of season that they wanted to have. They're telling you multiple players, bro. Jalen Hurts told you, AJ Brown told you, Devontae Smith told you, Lane Johnson told you, Fletcher Cox. Like, bro, the Eagles was in interviews all after the playoffs, Super Bowl week. They told you nonstop pretty much the same answers. We felt like we didn't execute. Now, they not going to throw their coaches under the bus. I'll say the coaching was terrible. I still feel that way. I don't care what the players say. I respect their opinion on this, but I think a lot of it was coaching, and I think they ain't going to throw them under the bus. Fair enough. I respect that. It's just a certain amount of respect that you give to your coaches and all that, and you want to hold yourself accountable. But at the end of the day, they told you what it was, bro. Why are y'all still digging and trying to figure out what happened? The Philadelphia media forgets at one point we was like 4-12 a couple years ago. They forget we was just 9-8. They forget we only have one Super Bowl in the history of the Philadelphia Eagles. One. We only been to 3 Super Bowls? 3. It's like they forget that. Bro, we won 11 games. We went to the Super Bowl the year before. It didn't work out this season. Move on. How about we talk about potential free agents? How about we talk about potential moves, not including trading your best offensive player outside of, I believe, the quarterback? Let's talk about things that are productive instead of continuing to stir the pot. Jalen Hurts just wasn't the type of leader that they needed him to be. AJ Brown, his sideline antics is really what got it going. Whatever else. It just says some of everything. And it's like the national media already killing the Eagles. The national media already going to say everything they going to say. Why do y'all feel the need to add to it? One part of AJ Brown's interview in the very beginning, he said, what's going on? I feel like y'all supposed to be for us, but y'all add to the issues that we have with the way that y'all talk. I'm paraphrasing. But y'all kind of add to the issues that we have. Y'all add to it by talking the way y'all talk, and then y'all wonder why guys like AJ Brown don't want to talk to y'all. You wonder why guys like Jalen Hurts in his interviews, if you guys watch his press conferences, he's shortened to the point. Boom, boom, boom. This is what I have to say. I'm in and out. All right, we done. You wonder why Devontae Smith is short to the point. But then when they get interviewed by players, when they get interviewed by guys like Chris Long, and they step in front of somebody they're comfortable with, then they kind of open up about everything that they feel and everything that they want to talk about. I for the life of me don't understand. Again, I've said this before and I'll say it again. No offense to Devontae Smith. No offense to Terrell Owens. No offense to Deshaun Jackson. AJ Brown is the greatest receiver I've ever seen put on a Eagles jersey, bro, when it comes to just production on the field. Yeah, you could say T.O. is the better overall player. I'm not denying that. But when it comes to production for the Eagles, he's the best receiver we've ever had in Philadelphia. And it feels like the media has done everything in their power to alienate this man and get him out of Philly. And they forget, bro, we had guys like Jalen Reagor catching passes. They forget the type of receivers, the Todd Pinkstons and the Freddie Mitchells, who I was a fan of, but he wasn't elite catching. Like, they forget we had Riley Cooper and guys like that catching passes in Philly. It makes no sense. But shout out to AJ for being a real enough one to just step up to the plate and be like, look, the man started the interview like, look, I'm here. They try to come on and, we have Philadelphia Eagles superstar receiver AJ Brown on. AJ, we love to have you. And AJ just laughing like, bro, get out of here. Like, y'all been talking greasy. And then another part that I don't like, and I said this to my guy Kev, shout out to him if he watching. Another part I don't like about this is the main guys that be talking. Marcus Hayes and this other dude, I'm blanking on his name right now. Spike something. These guys, when it's time, when AJ Brown is there, like he shows up to now be interviewed by media, and then he shows up, he calls in. These guys are nowhere to be found. You got Ike, former Eagles player, interviewing AJ Brown, and Ike ain't even saying nothing. So Ike in the interview like, hey, look, I ain't said nothing, or we ain't said nothing. Us over here at WIP, we don't start rumors. We might comment on things that's being said. Well, it's like, Ike, first off, speak for yourself. But second off, you're not the one he really talking about. He's talking about the other guys in the media that work with you that you're not going to throw under the bus respectfully, that been talking the most trash. And when he's available to talk, nobody's there. Bro, anytime you work for a company like them, I'm confident, bro. Y'all know AJ Brown calling in today. That wasn't on the spot. It was planned. Y'all know AJ Brown calling. If you've been the main person talking and he going to say something about it, show up. You pick up the phone, you call in as well. So we can have that dialogue. Same thing with Marcus Hayes. Marcus Hayes, you knew AJ Brown was showing up for his interview at the end of or it wasn't at the end of the season, but a couple games left towards the end of the season when he finally decided to talk to the media. And he looking where to do that. Marcus and the other media members just threw him under the bus. Marcus Hayes, what was his name? Yeah, Marcus Hayes just threw him under the bus and drove over that man. But anyway, just throw him under the bus. Yeah, Marcus Hayes, where he at? Oh, he not here. Come on, bro. It come across as real soft. I'm not saying y'all gonna get into no physical altercation, but if you're gonna talk like how y'all been talking, when he's there to address what you've been saying, good, bad, whatever, be there to address what he's saying. Be there to respond to what he's saying. And if there's a misunderstanding, if you got a bad report, if you want to back up your report, do that. So that it's sealed, it's done for. But to not show up when he shows up and y'all know he's showing up, lame. That's Philadelphia media for you, man. I don't, again, bro, if we mess around and lose AJ Brown, and I know there's been a lot of talk about, if you sign Devontae Smith, I don't know how you sign AJ Brown because nobody is committing. I forget what the number is, but nobody's, let's just say 40 to 45, 50 million. Nobody's committing that much money annually to two receivers. It's almost impossible. I don't give a damn. Give them the money. If we lose AJ Brown, bro, and he later comes out and says it was in part, I don't believe it will happen that way because I think AJ Brown is mentally tougher than that. But if it comes out like, man, that was a part of the decision making. I couldn't stand the way the media bashed the team. I won't say I won't be a fan no more, but you will lose a lot of fans. You will lose a lot of revenue because that's just bonehead and it's stupid. And then what will the Philadelphia Eagles media do if AJ Brown leaves and there's not a good enough replacement for him? They will cry year after year after year for another AJ Brown. Just like we cried for T.O., just like we cried for Deshaun Jackson, just like we cried to draft a guy like Devontae Smith. And I won't say we cried to get AJ Brown because we had Devontae and he was on the come up, but just like we wanted and needed AJ Brown. This team is in the Super Bowl window right now. Don't screw it up, media. If the players and the team screw it up, let them do that. But don't be a part of the problem, bro. Be a part of the solution. Throw some ideas out there. Hey, this is how y'all can go get PS2. Hey, baby, throw this, you know what I'm saying? Like, and some real legit, not throwing AJ Brown under the but y'all smarter than that, man. Y'all smarter than that. Let me get to these comments before I end the show. Cause it don't make no sense. Yeah, Tez, bro. It's ongoing thing, bro, with the media, bro. Ongoing thing. It's a whole interview. It's like 20 minutes long where he's just going at them, like just like, look, like I'm here to address whatever it is I need to address. Moving on. You know what I mean? Like it was. I thought it was good because they was right in the day before they was talking crazy about this man. We're the reason why, you're getting paid what you're getting paid and all this other stuff they was saying. Like, bro, what? Bro, I was AJ Brown. Well, I wasn't at this level, but I was AJ Brown before I came to Philly. I was AJ Brown in college. What are you talking about? Like, all right, bro, but like I said, I don't think anybody fully understands why the media, like why the Philadelphia media specifically acts the way that they act. And I completely understand being critical of a player and being critical of a team, especially seeing as though the way the season ended, you got to talk about it. You got to address it. You can't ignore it, right? But like, bro, I'm not finna alienate the best offensive player outside of the quarterback on the team. It's not, bro. I can say he not playing well. I can say some of the stuff he do, yelling at certain players, I don't know what it's about, but I don't like that. But leave it at that, bro. State your opinion and drop it. We should trade him. We signed Devontae Smith. We got to trade AJ, bro. We won 9 games when it was just Devontae Smith. Y'all know that, right? Makes no sense. But yeah, he had time. He had plenty of time on his hands to handle that. And I'm glad he did. But that's pretty much all I have for y'all today, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. My bad for the microphone issues early on. Shout out to Joe if he's still watching for pointing that out. And it's crazy because I seen the comment pop up in the corner and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get to that in a hot second. And then I think he texted me like, yo, bro, you on mute. 3 minutes in. Oh, I'm just talking. That should be a blooper, but it is what it is, man. Real ones mess up too, man. But I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Shout out to you, Ted. Shout out to Carl. Shout out to Von. Shout out to Joe. Anybody else who I missed, shout out to y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. I will catch y'all next time. Also want to say, if you're a Timberwolves fan, if you're a Minnesota sports fan in general, after the work is done this week, I got a little special announcement, man. Got some things brewing with ESPN Radio out here, Score North, that I definitely want to share with the fans here because I want y'all to, support. So, and I want y'all to see what's going on, what we got cooking, man. So, major step in my career, very proud of. So y'all stay tuned for the announcement. But until then, I will catch y'all on the next episode of Full Time Out.